Hi, I'm Charlene. Welcome to the short and powerful practice. Today we're beginning the Sun-Style Tai Chi 13 form with movements 1 through 7. Sun-Style Tai Chi is more upright. It's a little more compact and agile than the more familiar Yang style. It's gentle on the joints, great for balance, and it's full of flowing, purposeful steps. I personally love this form because it feels like moving meditation, including the unique follow and retreat steps that resemble boxing footwork. So we'll start with a short follow along so that you can feel the rhythm of the flow. And then I'll guide you step by step through the first half of the sequence so we can build confidence and clarity as we go. I'll start with the follow along of the first 7 movements. All right, that was movements 1 through 7. So where do we begin? Well, let's begin with a little bit of a stepping drill. So you might have noticed that I stepped forward, I stepped back, side to side. So Sun-Style Tai Chi Stepping is a bit different than some of the other styles. And what I like to imagine is a boxer in the ring. So you'll notice that boxers step ahead and follow, and then they retreat and come back. So that's really similar to what we're doing in Sun style without the jabs, at least not every time. So when you think about this follow step that you'll experience, I'm going to turn to the left. Today I'm mirroring you. So the whole follow along was mirrored, and this is mirrored as well. So I'll step forward with my right. So when I step, I'm going to shift. First, I'll step heel, toe, and then I shift everything forward, my belly center, my dantian over my foot. And then this follow step kind of to the back heel. My follow step, my heel's not coming all the way down on the floor. And if you saw me from the front, you'd see I'm a little turned out, so it feels comfortable. So it's a step, follow, and then retreat, step back, and follow. So forward and back. Very simple, but getting that shift, heel, toe, forward, follow, step back, and then empty. This is an empty stance. This leg is basically empty. All right. So let's try that with the right. And you can practice this stepping drill as much as you'd like, and it'll make your flow feel much better. So we step heel to toe and keep your column straight, ground the foot, then shift forward and follow. And then step back and empty and follow. Try that again, forward and follow. It's a little different. It's not like we walk at the mall, but again, it's just a different way to step. I'm going to do the left, step and follow, and then step back, retreat, and follow. With the right, one leg may be a little more sure than the other, and that's okay because we're building strength and stability with our follow steps. All right. So we start this flow with ready stance. So ready stance will bring the heels together, toes turn out. Now, if you notice, I'm turning out 45 degrees on each side, so that is 90 degrees. If that doesn't feel comfortable, then don't turn out as much, or you can even start in parallel. But starting with this 90-degree angle or somewhere close to that is a great place to begin. Relax the shoulders down. Your lower back has no tension in it. And then imagine that you have a high collar on, like if I flipped my collar up, and I'll press my long neck to the collar. So my neck is touching my tall collar. So release, settle in, anchor in like there are roots growing out of your feet. And then all we do to begin is to lift the right toes. Again, I'm mirroring you, so I'm going to use your right, my left. And I'll lift and I'll turn towards the left corner of my room. So that's the first movement. No arm movements. We're going to turn and get ready for commencement or starting. So just lift that toe, turn in halfway. So now you have about a 45-degree angle in your feet. So bending the knees, empty left, so shift your weight over that right foot, and we'll take a step forward. Heel, toe, step, and then follow. That's it. So try that. Come to center, open out. Lift the right toes, face the corner, and then bend the knees, empty left, take a step ahead, shift forward, and follow. All right, so what are the arms that go with this? We step in, we bend the knees, we lift, bend the knees, and then push ahead. Push like you're holding a ball. You're going to push for the beginning of tuck in the robes or leisurely tying the coat. So from commencement, let's practice that together. So lift, turn towards the left corner of the room, lifting the arms. Your palms are facing center. Bend your knees. Draw the ball in towards your chest. Heel toe, push ahead as you step and follow. So without as much cueing. That's it. All right. So after that follow step here, we'll take that follow step. And the next thing that happens, I have my heel up as I do the follow step. I'm going to turn out towards the right wall because we're going to make a turn to the right. So I'll turn as much as possible with the right heel and then the left toes. So I'm going to face this direction. So after this step forward, right, we take that step forward, follow, so my heel is elevated, so I can turn my heel to face the right side of the room, and then turn as much as possible. I'm pretty close to facing the right side of the room, and my feet are less than fist distance apart at the moment. So we've come from right here, arms up, like you're tucking in the robes underneath someone's armpits. We follow step, and our arm movements take us to the side. So we're going to glide our hands to the side, touch the wrists, and then rotate towards the back wall and push ahead with left hand under right. So again, you're here with the arms in front. You'll flow the arms to the side, touch the wrists, almost like you're carrying a tray on your shoulder, and push ahead. So there's this circular reach back and push. And this rotation happens at the waist as you push. So you start with your hand, your fingertips on your wrists. They slide around and then you push with one hand under the other. You can touch the wrist or you can push ahead. Now my arms aren't straight. There's a little bit of bounce left in my arms, a little arch or a rounding there. So let's put those movements together. We've just come from our commencement. We've taken a step forward, pushing, and then we follow step, turn, turn, flow the hands, touch the wrists, left toes come forward, and then you rotate your belly towards the back wall, put a tray on your shoulder, and then step ahead, right, and follow step. So that final step is a follow step. So if we just did our feet, We step forward, follow, turn, turn, and then step and follow. All right, so let's practice that all together so far. So that's movements 1 and 2. I know that second movement is fairly complex. Center root, relax your lower back. Your neck is back against that collar. Lift your toes, point in towards the wall on the left. Hands come up, palms facing each other. Bend your knees. And then present a ball like you're presenting a present to someone. Push ahead, follow step, turn, turn. Your belly moves towards the back wall, maybe 1 o'clock on the clock, and then push ahead and follow. Let's do that again together. Let me center and stay in frame. Toes turn towards the left corner. Arms come up for commencement. Bend the knees. Push ahead. Push energy forward. Present your present. Present your present. And turn, turn. Rotate your belly towards the corner of the room and then step and follow. That's it. Now from here, left heel comes in, right toes come forward. So you end up about a little less than a fist distance apart. And movement 3 is open. Movement 4 is close. So when you open and close in Sun-Style Tai Chi, you open to about shoulder distance apart. And the hands stay facing each other. These energy points are facing each other rather than turning out. So it's just open and close about jaw distance apart. That's open and close. So 3 and 4, no footwork, open and close. So let's take ourselves through those first 4, and then we'll move on to 5, 6, and 7. So get ready for commencement, floating the arms up. So smooth, continuous movement, empty left. Give me a present. I'll give one back. Follow. Smooth, continuous movement as you turn, touch your wrist, turn, a circle towards the back wall, follow, step, turn left heel in, right toes, let your hands float, open, and close. All right. So smooth, continuous movement with gentle resistance. So feel as though you're moving through water. Maybe you're submerged up to your shoulders and you're moving through water. So we've come right here. We've ended up right here. We've faced front. We've done open and close. Our next movement is called single whip. It's a little different in Sun style than Yang, but you might kind of feel that same opening sensation. So from here, empty left, because we're doing single whip to the left. So I'll lift the heel a bit and shift my dantian, my belly and energy center, over the right foot so that I can step out. And when I step out, I'm turned out. My hip is open to the corner at first, and then I'm going to turn my chest and my hips to the front of the room as I sink a little to the left. So 60% of my weight, 70% is over on the left, and less is over on the right. So 30, 40%. So we step out to the corner and then to the front and shift. So our arm movement here is we push ahead like we're closing the door, and then we open the curtains. So we'll be doing this since our hips are facing the left to the left corner of the room, and then we're open out without lengthening the arms until they lock. So there's a gentle bend there, and we'll open out this way and look at the right hand. So let's put that together. Empty left. So we just came from close, about jaw distance apart, shoulders relaxed and elbows are lazy. All right, so step out, push, turn your hips and chest forward, settle in, and look over at the right hand. That's it. So try it again from close. Step out, push to the corner, open out, and shift your weight. That's it. Now the next movement comes from here. It's cloud hands. So cloud hands to the left. We'll step in, just briefly. I'm keeping the heel up, and then we'll take 2 steps. Imagine your pelvis is just gliding along a track. Shift weight, empty right, and step in. So there's a little room between your stance. Step out. It's not too big of a step. Step in, and then we'll center right here, getting ready to take a step back. So from our single whip here, we come back in, and then we take 2 steps out, bending the knees, and think about moving your Dantian center, that belly center, over left leg and right, and then center here, and that's cloud hands. Well, I haven't seen any hands yet. Wave hands like clouds or cloud hands. So for cloud hands, we'll lift up and out, left and right. But what I want you to think of here is instead of moving your arms, there's no power there, right? Think of your abdominals, your belly button, your Dantian center. Think of them moving from 1 o'clock to 11 o'clock or 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock. So you're driving this from the power of your belly center. So as you lift, you're just curving the arm up and you're moving with your waist side to side. My palm is facing out and this bottom hand is just gliding along. So that is cloud hands. Get used to that movement right from your very center. So let's move into open and close. Empty left into single whip. Push, close the door. Open the curtains, settle in, looking at your right hand. And then step in on the left. You're not looking to the left. And your left hand lifts up, across center, and then step. Lift, right, step. One more. Now we'll end right here with your right hand right at your diaphragm and settle in here. So that's where we end our cloud hands, right here. For our last step, which is high pat on horse. So for high pat on horse, all you have to do is step back with your left foot and touch your right toe to the ground. So kind of a T step here. So we'll step back. You can open out the hip a bit and then step in. So there's a little room, but not much room in my stance. It's kind of tight in. So we'll come right from that second step, center, and then we'll step back and retreat. And that's it. Then we're done with that. So how do we put that together? So we've just done cloud hands. We've ended here. And then as I step back, my left hand will turn in. I step back, and then I take this top like I'm going to slice a cake or some bread over the top. So I slice. So I'll step, high pat on horse. We come from cloud hands here. We pull in, and I'll step just like that. That's high pat on horse. So this hand comes over the top. This bottom one pulls in. So how do we put that together? Let's go from the very top. All right, breathe for a moment. Sink. You've got this. Remember, you can come back and practice anytime you want. And then let's come into ready stance. Your head is back. You're breathing. You're moving. In Tai Chi, we move with breath. All right, lift the right toes. Face the left corner of the room. Let the arms float up, bending the knees, empty left. And let's do leisurely tie coat or tuck the robes. We'll turn, touch the wrists and circle towards the back wall. Put this tray on your shoulder, and then we'll step forward and press energy forward. Take that follow step. Left. Turn your left heel in, your right toes in, open and close, and get ready for a single whip on the left. So we'll step out, not too far, push to the corner and open out, looking at the right hand. Cloud hands, left. Step in, bent knees. And let's do some cloud hands. Turning through the waist. One more. High pat on horse. So I end up with my hand basically over my elbow, just a little under or close to that energy center at the elbow. Let's try it again. Ready stance. Take a few breaths. Let's end by syncing the chi. So inhaling, press down through center, and then think about what you need most from your practice: the flow, the calm, the energy, or the strength. All right, I'm going to take my real right hand. I'm going to say thank you for practicing Tai Chi with me. You just completed the first 7 movements of the Sun-Style 13 form. How do you feel? Well, as you keep practicing, you'll begin to notice the rhythm of the flow. You'll move with more ease and purpose as the steps really start to connect. So keep returning to this sequence when you're ready. Join me for part 2, where we'll explore movements 8 through 13. And if you'd like to explore more ways to feel centered and energized each and every day, I've created a free 7-day movement and mindfulness plan. Just check the link below. Until I see you again, stay strong, feel rooted and grounded in your practice, and stay connected to your community right here at Your Wellbeing RX.